Hello and welcome to an Audionautic Records special. Today, Curtis and I are joined by our newest label mate, Soundphaser.
Yeah, Soundphaser has come up with a brand new EP, "The Illusion of a New Beginning." It drops on the 15th of September on Bandcamp and the 17th of September on all streaming services. And he has done it through our label, Audionautic Records. And so we're here to talk about it, find out more about the story, and find out the motivations behind writing it.
I'm stoked to be here talking to you guys, and I am stoked to be talking about my work and our work.
Well, Bruno, we're so happy to have you here, man, and to have you on our label. So, about the EP, it follows a very specific theme. Can you give some details about what inspired the EP and how you brought those ideas into the music?
Yeah, well, all of this is just it's my take, it's my reflection on my own thought process, my state of the art, my reflection on the state of the world, the way things are going, and connecting with my own personal experience and my 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 personal struggles.
That's a really nice theme, really nice ideas. I want to start by having a look at how you wrote these tracks and what approach you took. Is there any particular significance to your workflow, how you created these tracks, or how they became inspired, that kind of thing?
Yeah, as my usual working process, I write a couple of progressions. I choose specific sounds that I like at the moment, and then uh, usually if I see if those sounds and if that chord progression are in tune with the what's in my head, uh, with the purpose I have, okay, with that song, I carry on and finish that song. Okay, but usually that's not the one something that happens every time. So I tend to uh, put it aside on my recycle bin and go back at it later. So that with this EP, two of the songs were already partially done. Okay, uh, and I tried to. Um, uh, I sensed that there was a connection between those two songs. Okay,
Mhm.
and as I was, and that helped me build an overall theme. Uh, as I said before, this is something that my reflection on the world. So something that is currently and recurrently on my head. So I saw that connection. I tried to uh, how can I say this in English? I tried to I tried to become a solid idea. Okay, a coherent and solid idea in my head first, and then I tried to develop those two songs. And those two songs were uh, the beginning, the first song of the EP, and another one called Electric Face. So these two songs were already on my recycle bin. I recovered them and saw the connection between them. I started from there, and I sensed that I needed something more to complete a narrative. Okay, so I tried to develop songs and develop my search for sounds and sound libraries that could somehow inspire me to do the rest.
That's a really interesting approach to combining songs together because you're trying to work everything into a narrative and you're structuring it in that way. I noticed that you have a lot of voice samples throughout the songs, and I'm curious, do you start songs using the voice samples and build around it, or are you adding them in afterwards because you want to fit that narrative a little more and reinforce it?
Uh, yeah, the voice samples came later. Okay,
Okay.
it was a massive search on libraries to be able to find the exact words that or the exact mood, the exact thoughts that could fit really fit the mood of the song. But yeah, they came later. I knew I had a theme. I wanted to work around that theme. I searched for it, and after cutting here and there, adjusting here and there, I think I found a way to convey a message by using them. But it came later. They came later.
In the name of creating a cohesive narrative, one of the really nice things about this is that the artwork that we have is incredibly evocative. It's incredibly evocative. How what inspired that artwork? And how did you go about formulating that concept?
Well, I, I would say that a headless newspaper reader on fire. It's kind of self-explanatory, I guess. I think it tries to sum up the whole idea. Uh, Someone with information in his hands, but and all the lines behind the significant. Sorry, all the lines behind signify the flow, the overload of information flowing around, and that makes the newspaper burn and the reader loses his hand. It's kind of that concept I was up.
Well, Soundphaser's EP would be dropping on Bandcamp on the 15th of September, and on streaming services on the 17th of September across everywhere. Go check it out on Bandcamp. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, the Bandcamp is in the description below, and the streaming sites are there as well.
It's good. Bruno, thank you very much for hopping on to talk to us. It's really insightful. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for listening. This is only half of the interview, so if you want to hear the rest of it, you can check us out over on Patreon. The link is in the description below.
Yeah, our patrons will get this interview in full. And if you wanted to support us, it's as little as $2 per month. They get a brand new exclusive podcast every month, and you get early access to all our other outlets, the radio, Lightspeed, etc.
Yeah, and as we're getting more and more into sampling over here at Audionautic, I'm curious. Well, we're curious. Do you use sampling? And if so, how do you use it? Especially voice samples, because we've been really inspired by Bruno's work with the voice samples, trying to incorporate that more. And we're very curious if you start with voice samples or if, like Bruno, you incorporate them to kind of fit the narrative you're trying to emphasize. So let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.
We'll be back next week. And till then, bye.